stops us in our tracks. Bravely we prove in our striving, trudging together each day. Where there's a will, there's a way.
Good afternoon. Hello, 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 hello. I'm kind of listening to the Bronco game too. I went to a meeting during a Bronco game, all sorts of stuff. Right? So I'm just giving it a few seconds, see if anybody else is going to be joining us, and then I will get started. I know that there's some people here, so I appreciate you being patient. Hey, Ingrid, good to see you. Good to see you. Gary's like, yeah, I kind of want to hear about this. Good to have you. I can tell whether it's a good or bad play by the crowd noise. Shannon, I was in a meeting and my wife is kind enough to keep me updated. Since she started so when we first got together, she said, I won't watch football with you. And I'm like, I understand. Because a lot of people get very angry during football games and throw stuff and do stuff. I've just never done that. I mean, I enjoy the sport. I really do. But my day is never going to be determined by a football game. See, that's what happens when you don't talk shit. All right. So I've made some decisions. I've really had to look deep inside myself to figure out what it is that, I want to do. Where do I want to put my efforts and things like this? And recently, I'm on the Adams County Coalition, and we're going to be meeting again. But the thing is, I reach out to these people or things, and I'm like, do you have money for advocates? No, we don't have money for people like you. That's what it is. What do you mean, people like me? I think I'm just going to start adding letters to the end of my name. So I'll just make them up. So, but there's a balance in this. And I love it when things are simple. And things are not simple right now. They're kind of crazy. I'm trying to figure out like, let's use understanding fentanyl as a example. So I have the podcast, right? But I'm finding that my job ends at that podcast. I'm not supposed to be doing more after. I'm just supposed to keep providing the information. And see, it's hard to find these balances because you really don't know, See, there are people out there that are better suited, they're in better situations than me, that could do a better job. So it sounds like we had a good play. Right? Well, I want my little, I want my say so. I'd like to do things my way. I think I understand recovery pretty well. Am I an expert? Yeah, sure. I am. I know more about alcoholism than most people, right? Because it's just not my experience, but I'm also educated on it. Okay. But I don't put, you know, I don't believe in titles. So I don't put stuff out there. I really don't want to put Dion Miller, recovery coach, peer support specialist. No, I'm just Dion, recovery personality. That's all I want to be. I don't want to be more than that. And God is not dictating to me to be any more than that. Right. So the site itself, Trudging Together site, is going to become a information only. That's all it's going to be. It's going to be information. If you have a place and it's good, then we'll put you on our list. I'll separate it by state or whatever. And we'll just keep adding that list. So that way, Trudging Together still has its function. Okay. So, and I'm going to give you an example. Adams County has no resources on their page. None, not even AA. Why? They didn't even think of it. Okay. It's not their job to think of it. It's my job to think of it. Okay. Now, am I going to spend 2-3 hours putting together a bunch of resources for them? Because I asked them, do you have money for something like that? She says, no. I'm like, then I ain't getting them for you. Okay. Now I'm caught in a moral dilemma. Aren't I supposed to do stuff like that? No. It's not a requirement. I do those things out of the goodness of my heart, man. I really do. Right? But I'm at I'm getting to a point where, and I tried again. I asked for donations, and I'm certainly not putting. I mean, I haven't put $1 in the basket in months. I just haven't been able to afford it. So I can't really. I'm not going to say how much I got, but what that much. So I'm also feeling the need to get out of the house more, and I have my colonoscopy this week, and I'm hoping we figure things out. And aside from my podcasting, I'm only going to do one other thing. I'm going to open a recovery club for AA meetings and Al-Anon or, ACA, SMART, whoever needs to. That's it. That's it. That's all. Podcasting and a recovery club. Now, why do I want a recovery club? Because I need another arena. I need another arena. And no, this isn't going to be, it's not going to be a resource center. No. I will refer you to a resource center. I know plenty of good resource centers. But what I'm not going to become is an alpha omega, where a one-stop shop, anything like that. It's no. Mm-mm. Would that be utopia? Sure, it would be utopian. But, you need cooperation with that. And there isn't any, right? I mean, right now we're sitting on our hands waiting to make a decision about a detox. And it's ridiculous. There shouldn't be any discussion. Just go unlock the fucking door, man. It's sitting there. Right? And I'm tired of being frustrated. I'm tired of feeling like my wheels are spinning because other people they aren't following through on what they said they would do. Well, when you decide to cut out on a podcast with me several times, it's likely I'm not going to ask you anymore. I'm not going to put time aside for you. Okay, make a decision, man. But stop. And that's the big thing. I'm tired of people wasting my time. I've got 4 kids and 5 grandchildren. Okay. and I want to spend more time with them. That's what I want. Well, in order for me to do that, I'm going to have to make some changes. It's going to require money. You know, get a little bit of money, my grandkids will think I'm cool again. And I'll bribe them for love. You kidding? You bet your ass I'll bribe my grandchildren for love. With my grandkids, though, I don't require them to hug me or anything like that, but they do. So, hi, Amber. No, Amber's here, and considering, the three main people are here, so I'm just going to go ahead and repeat what I was saying just real quick, Amber, without all the other fluff, is that there's just too much going on. There's too much going on. So I've decided to simplify things. Trudging Together, the website itself is just going to be information. That will also lead to the Trudgecast site, which I'm going to be using more and more and more of. All right. So, and I've been waiting. Like right now, I'm waiting for the DNS switch, and email should be back tomorrow. So, figure I'd bring that up, Gary, since you're here. And sometimes these things take time. But look at that. See, I had reached out to somebody to try and help, and look what happened, man. It fucked everything up. It put me behind 2.5 months. Yeah. And I learned something from it. Do the website yourself, Tia. It's not that hard. So, there were things that I wanted done, and they said that it could get done, but then it didn't get done. And what it was I wanted to go live on my website, period. And I will figure out a way. Don't you fret. I will figure it out. Actually, Wix will let you do it for $80 more a month. So I could have it if I had the money. But I tell you now, I get an extra $80 a month that ain't going towards that. Nope. It is not. So the Trudgecast I'm just going to put a shit ton of podcasts on it. So I'm only going to do 2 things now. I brought it down again. 2 things. Okay. Number 1, podcasting. Number 2, I want to open a recovery club. Notice I'm not calling it an AA club because there's going to be different types of recovery there. But it's not going to be anything beyond that. Nope. Nice and simple so that it's doing its part. See, I'm finding that I'm reaching for utopia when I don't need to do that. I don't need to. And it's very, very frustrating for me to watch these people just sit on their hands and we do nothing. I'm ready to yell and scream at people. So I figure the best bet for me to do is then go open a place up. Right. So, and yes, Amber, I'm going to need help with that. If we want, I'd like to make, I want to open up a club for anybody in recovery. What I would like is if there's an AA meeting, there's also an Al-Anon and an Alateen meeting going on at the same time. So I'm reaching out to Pastor Marcia, Gary. I'm reaching out to her. She's the one that got me on the coalition. I'm going to let her know what I'm doing. I bet she'll be able to do something for us. So I need your prayers. I need everybody to be praying that God gives me a place. I need it. I do. I know what I'm doing. I can run an AA club. I can. You watch. It'll be a really good AA club too. Why? Because I will do it right. Because I understand the traditions. Because all of this is second nature to me. Okay. And something like that sounds nice. Because then I get to use my culmination of everything that I've ever done in my life. Did you know I wrote a book? Did you? No. It's actually not a book. It's a game I invented with another friend. Took us years to write that thing. Right? Anyway, so I've done a lot of different things. And if I get a place like that, then I just get to be the old man handing out wisdom. And that's where Dion needs to be. Okay? So I hope everybody likes that idea, because it's what's going to happen. So it doesn't, here's the thing, it doesn't change anything for anybody, you know. Thank you, Ingrid. If I get it up and going, then we're going to have to save up and get you out here. So there really isn't much more to it. That's it. Nice and simple. If that doesn't work out, let's say I can't find a club, I do have a backup plan. Okay, my backup plan is to be an advocate at drug court. Yeah, because I actually love being in the courtroom when I'm not in trouble. I do. There's something about it, you know, and I think I'd be a great advocate. So, yeah, it feels like the right thing. It finally feels like the right thing. And I say that because I'm not getting a bad feeling, but I'm also not overly excited. See, sometimes I won't do something because I get too excited about it. And then I have to check my intentions, and I found out my intentions was not right. Overexcitement, yes. So I feel a balance. Yeah, Pastor Marsh is awesome. And it's funny because, you know, I've been approached by a bigger church. I'm like, nah. Sure, it's a lot of money, but something just ain't right. It just ain't right. It doesn't fit my intentions. You can wave also. Do you know how many people waved money in front of me? Oh, you can have this. Yeah, if I'm an inconsiderate asshole, right? So, all right. Thank you, everybody, for being here. I appreciate it. I love you. Go Broncos. Peace out and have a day. Bye-bye.